Remember, there's pretty important information here in the disclaimer. You might want to give the video a quick pause and read it.
Oh, hey everybody, it's me, Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog! Just here to remind you that if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. And for even more amazing customs, don't forget to subscribe to Wake Angel 2001, because between you and me, they're way past cool.
Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with a unique combination of video editing software. I have gone back to OpenShot Video Editor. It is an easy to use video editing software that works more or less like Movie Maker in setting up these slideshow type videos that I like to make, but it does not allow for the recording of audio. So I'm using another program called Audacity to record the audio stream, and then I'm editing it all together. So we're going to see how this works. From what I can see, Audacity does seem to provide superior audio quality, so there's that much at least. But you don't want to hear about the little technical details. You want me to make a figure. So we're coming at you with the commission for Miles, Other Mother from Coraline. Right, so the base toy was something that I've never really worked with before, a Barbie. Specifically, this is one of the more heavily articulated curvy Barbies. It's a pretty good figure, except for the fact that the elbows lie. They are sculpted and cut to look like double jointed elbows, but from everything I can see, they're only single jointed elbows. Like, two of the joints don't move. Like, the one joint will bend, allowing her arms to go 90 degrees, but the second joint, it just seems to be molded in there. It's not actually a separate piece. Either that or, like, it's really stuck, but I wasn't about to push hard enough on it to make the thing break. So if it's actually a joint, then okay then. I painted a pair of panties onto the figure because it felt really weird working with a naked Barbie, and then I started making her clothes. Yeah, Other Mother, this is like, I'm not a doll maker. I don't make little outfits that you'll be able to put on and take off again, but this particular one did require me to actually use fabric elements to make her clothes. In this case, just like with the same stuff that I used to make capes, I used that fabric bag thing. Like, it cuts and works like paper, but it's durable like fabric, so I'm not sure what you call it, but that's what it is. I painted the Other Mother polka dot pattern on there. It's all black with a whole bunch of white polka dots, and cut it into a shape that I could wrap around, you know, very dress-like. Basically the same thing I did with Vadi's cape, except working around Other Mother's hips instead of the Link figure's shoulders. Yeah, that was my basic technique for the dress. Right, so in case you haven't noticed, I've been making Other Mother as she appeared near the beginning of the Coraline movie, where she was basically a clone of Coraline's mother except for the button eyes. From what I understand, in the source material, the book that this is based on, Other Mother always had a slightly freaky, otherworldly appearance, which would kind of, like, if I was a little girl like Coraline and I saw that, I probably would have run away the first time I saw it. So the movie's approach to making her appear so human at first and then slowly become more and more monstrous over the course of the movie was a good decision. But there is a little hint in the back of her dress, as you can see in this picture, which these overlapping patterns kind of make it look like a beetle shell or like a folded wing case for her eventual reveal as some kind of freaky praying mantis-like thing. So to recreate this, I made a layered effect. I basically cut these arrow shapes into the fabric that I had repainted, and then layered them with some pieces of red fabric, and then I made a little cut into it and curled it in on itself to create that rounded shell look. This is then stuck onto the doll's rear and made the effect of the the curvy bug dress that she has going on. I also made the shirt tails that she has for her top out of the same fabric, which, you know, like it has that look, like those weird shirt tails. Again, kind of looks a little bit like bug wings, but, you know, less so. And this is where the project stalled for months. Yeah, I should say that I've actually kind of been working on this figure since February. My original plan was to paint her torso, but I found out that I couldn't paint this Barbie material without it peeling off. The plastic just wouldn't accept the paint very well, especially on the shoulders. So I was going to get a doll shirt so that I could put the shirt on and make that into Other Mother's blouse. Then the viral apocalypse happened, and all the stores were closed for quite some time. And even when they finally reopened, they were only restocking essentials. So things like toys, and in this case Barbie clothes, were simply not a thing that I could find. Fortunately, when Five Below reopened, I was able to get one of their cheap $5 Barbies, and I took her clothes to finally complete this project. So, yeah, like, if you're wondering, like, hey, Wake Angel, I follow you on Patreon. I first saw Other Mother way back in February. Why is it August before she's finally completed? There you go. That's the reason. Okay, special thanks to my mother, as there was a little bit of tailoring that was necessary. This did not start out as a shirt. It kind of started out as a one-piece jumper that was shirts combined with shorts, and the sleeves were kind of sewn onto the sides. The Barbie didn't really have very good shoulder articulation, so I guess they didn't really need much range in the thing. So she used her fabric scissors to cut off the shorts part and restitch the arms so that the sleeves would be separated from the shirt's torso. I don't know how much effort she put into that. I don't really know how difficult it is to sew Barbie clothing, but she did it for me, and that is very much appreciated. All I really had to do was repaint it. Like, this is like a very plasticky, nylon-esque fabric, so it's easy to paint. So, you know, black, white polka dots, and then I made the collar out of craft foam. Again, I'm not making my goal to make clothes that you can put on and off a doll. I'm trying to replicate a specific look for what's essentially a large action figure at this point. So that is why the shirt is not going to be removable. With this, all of the details of the body were done, and I could finally get into the thing that I've been putting off forever, the head. Because that would require me to cut off the Barbie's hair, and given that this was a very nice, expensive-looking Barbie, that hurt me. It genuinely hurt me to have to scalp a Barbie like this. That really hurt. Like, it made me feel bad. Once I removed the head, I wrapped it up in aluminum foil because Other Mother has a proportionally larger head in respect to her body size than you would see in a human being, and I didn't want to make it too heavy by making all that solid epoxy. As it stands, by the way, the head came out to just over 3 ounces when it was done, so the figure is a bit top heavy. Not so top heavy that it can't stand, but you do have to be careful with it. So yes, here you see it looks kind of terrible, but this is just the base layer of her head. The important part is her hair, which, as you can see, has a very mom-style bob going on. Like, I don't know what you call this. Like, it's doll hair. It's basically a pre-styled doll hair. Again, I used aluminum foil to keep the weight down, so most of the bulk of her hair is aluminum foil with just a thin veneer of epoxy added onto it. And once this hardened, I added an even thinner veneer of more epoxy, which I then raked through with a sculpting tool to create the image of strands of hair. So, yeah, that's in case you've lost count, that's a 4-step process to making Other Mother's head. When painted up, for some reason, it kind of makes me think of creepy Michael Jackson pictures. You know, like when somebody shows a picture of Michael Jackson with the worst possible lighting to show how weird he looked towards the end. That's kind of the look I'm getting here. No offense to Michael Jackson fans. Like I'm saying that was a terrible thing to do to the guy, but I can't help but see that when I look at this. And so that is Other Mother. Reattaching her head took quite a bit of effort. The Barbie head underneath the sculpted part just wanted to squish underneath and did not want to go back on. That was a massive hassle. But the end result, is the tall, lanky Other Mother who looks very much like from the stop-motion classic Coraline, which is a very good movie, which is made by the same people that made Nightmare Before Christmas, but not Tim Burton. He had nothing to do with the project. Thank you all for watching this video, and I hope this new software combination works out for me. And so, with this new audio suite, this is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.